Hey guys, Digiman255 here, and welcome to another video of a different sort today. I will be talking about how I fucked up my hand. So today I'll be explaining my injury. Let's go through it. I'll be showing some photos off too. They're a little graphics, so yeah, don't be a pussy. So I've been watching this YouTuber called ZNA Productions, also known as Non-Lethal by Choice. I'll link to him right over there. So click the link and check him out. And I was watching his tutorial on making ninja stars. So I had the bright idea to make a ninja star. Alright, it started out okay. I had some pretty thin sheet metal that I thought I could use, so I hammered it straight because it's the same stuff that they use for tin roofing. I hammered it straight to get all the bumps out of it, cut that out with an angle grinder, worked out fine. So that wasn't my problem. This was way too flimsy and thin. I chucked it at wood and it just bent. So then, he also said to use tool steel out of saws, which I had some saw blades. So I did that. I started doing it, cut through some of it. I think I cut through about that much of it. So 2 cuts I made. And it didn't work. The saw blade was just too thin at that point. Or not the saw blade, the cutting wheel I was using on the grinder was just way too worn down. I waited for my dad to drop off 2 new grinding discs, and I chucked one on and I started grinding. I got another probably 3 down, so 1, 2, 3 cuts down, and it's probably at this point you could probably see it. The cut's not very even quite here. See that little bump? That is because I kind of fucked up. I was cutting it, the grinding wheel got caught, and it grabbed it, and it kind of threw the saw blade across a bit, and I was like, alright, I've got to be a bit more careful. So I continued on. It once grabbed again, it grabbed the grinding disc, and the grinding disc continued to spin sort of, and then it shattered into pieces, and it flicked towards me, and also away from me, so it shattered so much it went across everything. One here hit me in the face about here. It didn't leave any marks or anything, so I'm glad about that. But the other hit me in the knuckle, which I'll show you a photo of it happening right now, and a video taken right after it. A first serious accident. The saw blade fucking cut my... It's down to the bone. I'm not going to try and move the blood, but it's down to the bone. It's pretty bad. It's the worst injury I've got. It also hit me in the face there. Didn't do anything. But pardon? I'm sweating it a bit. I'm starting to panic. The panic's kicking in. The pain is alright, but I could see bone. Yeah, it's just the ambulance. I'm not going to do no self-stitch and shit. I had to go to the hospital. There's blood everywhere. It's mainly in the sink and in the bathroom. After that, my mother called the ambulance because I could see my bone, which I didn't think was a very good thing. The ambulance basically told me I'd be sitting in a hospital waiting for a tetanus shot for about 2 hours, and it was basically pointless. So I continued on, went to my girlfriend's house, and then most of her family said I should go to the hospital. So then, Taylor's family took me to the closest hospital. I waited in the hospital for about 2 hours, and then I went in. As I was in the hospital, there was a person sitting next to me, in the bed next to me. What had happened is that a friend and their father went out deer hunting. They shot the deer, and his friend went ready to stab the deer in the throat, and the other friend had his hand on the deer's throat. So he stabbed it into his hand, and there was a massive cut in the dude's hand, down there. Oh, God. Down there. He showed us a photo. It was funny because he had it all wrapped up, but they showed us a photo, and I'm sitting there with my little insignificant scratch, fucking hell. That dude's got some balls yet. It was pretty good. So after that, they put some stereo strips on it, and they just took me home. Went to the doctors the next day, got it redressed, and after that, I redressed it again myself, and right now I've taken it off because it's just been giving me a lot of hell. But I'll show you some photos of it about now-ish, or yesterday, and yeah. So that's the day I learnt to not mess around with saw blades, and and grinder. So if you want to see my finished kind of ninja star, it's pretty dodgy. I cut it out mostly myself. I got my dad to finish off like the last 2 cuts. And that was probably the neatest 2 cuts on there, was the ones that my dad did. It's slightly sharpened, and thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I might add some more story times and stuff like that in the future. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.